morning and evening to everyone. I am Jimin and I'm a grade 9 student who currently studies in Oakville, Canada. I am one of the finalists in this competition, and I would like to thank all the judges for giving me a chance to speak about my opinion in GYC. And I have always wanted to create a collage that speaks strongly about my words, and GYC has given me a chance, so thank you so much. Today I'll be talking about my lens of how AI can affect specifically the people who have disabilities. When I first got this topic and when I first was creating this artwork, I first thought of how this will affect these kinds of people. We always talk about the majority, but not the minor people, since most think it is vital to change and create the main things. However, let's go inside the shoes of these people. What would they feel about the huge transition of AIs? How would this affect them? Benefiting the majority is somewhat correct, since making a change in most people can give further challenges and differences. However, it does not mean we shouldn't give a chance for the minorities to change. So I wanted to talk about a few things in my art project that could also benefit the left-handed. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was automatic cars, and also here is my collage. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's right here, I think. And auto cars is a car with an AI that can also detect upcoming obstacles and avoid them. However, we could also use this on disabled people's daily lives. Blind people can use something that is called a smart cane, which is a walking stick that has a device with an AI attached on it. Of course, there could be alternatives such as having a guide dog or a pedestrian walking beside, but there are consequences to that. Guide dogs have a relatively shorter amount of lives than most dogs because of the amount of stress they get, and pedestrians usually get distracted by many things because they have emotions. But having an AI is very long lasting and it is better than most alternatives since it can detect the smallest objects that people may not be able to see. Although there are various ways that this can help people, there are always consequences and oppositions. People could be lonely while walking, and unlike dogs and humans, the AIs do not have emotions. So if the person only uses a smart cane, it is likely that the person will be lonely since they cannot emotionally approach to a robot. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the algorithm, which is actually placed right here. And an algorithm can be used in recommending or showing things that might be related to what people are searching up on the internet. With the help of algorithms, people can establish a free online learning app for sign languages for the people who can't hear. Language apps can also help keep track of scores and progresses that people are making. And, and instead of having a hard time trying to find answers to questions, guidance can be shown right away arranged by algorithms. And it is not only that they could learn sign languages, disabled people still could learn other languages such as French, English, Spanish, Korean, etc. However, there are not only the benefits. Algorithms might not be able to find all the correct answers to every single question, and this often leads to confusion in people's education. All in all, helping many people with the use of AI is great, but we should never forget the few. Small ways can give huge differences, like how the small cane detects obstacles, like how the smart cane detects obstacles, just like the automatic cars, and like how language apps can even help the people who can't hear or speak. Using the AI is beneficial to everyone, and it also gives someone a chance to enhance further. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jimin, for that wonderful presentation. At this time, Professor Chen will ask you a question.
Oh, yeah. First of all, thank you very much for your presentation. And I'm very interested in your, picture here. I saw quite a lot of keywords, in terms of AI. I'm just wondering, do you have any other kind of keywords related to AI that you haven't presented here on your picture?
Wait, sorry, I really couldn't hear. Oh, sorry, because of the technology problems. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So you listed many interesting keywords on your painting, right? On your picture. So I'm just wondering, can you elaborate one more in addition to those keywords that you have already, presented?
Actually, there are a lot of examples that I can list, but one is the AlphaGo, which which is an AI with deep learning that can challenge the Go players to think of a way to like win the game. But like we could also use this with people with disabilities, especially the one who can have that have the mental illness. And for example, there for example with the deep actually wait sorry I'll reset I'll say that again. Sorry. um there is another example that I could put on the algorithms, which is Moxie the robot. It is also based on an algorithm-based AI learning robot, and it helps support kids emotionally and socially by play-based learning and engaging content. And I also believe that helps kids with disabilities around the age of mine, which is like 13 to 14 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you for Professor, and thank you for that answer. And now your final question will be presented to you by Ms. Kelly Schultz.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you. You're muted.
There we go. Great job on your presentation. Thank you. I appreciate your perspective of AI and using that to help with persons with disabilities. So thank you for that. I wanted to ask you if you can see a downside to using AI for helping people with disabilities. Is there any negative consequences that you can see coming out of that?
First of all, this is the most general thing, but it really takes a lot of time for the AI to be perfect, since there could be accidents that come like randomly in some, for example, like the autocars. Autocars can make like huge accidents if the person doesn't pay attention, and also if the code of the AIs can sometimes not function. So time is one of the big things that I might say. And also, sorry, okay, I'll just think of something. Mm, and also, the another thing that I wanted to talk about is money, since people many people this doesn't like include like people with disabilities, but it also includes like everyone. The people who are poor might not be able to like buy these kinds of AI that can also save their lives, but the rich people if the rich people keep buying these kinds of AIs, it will eventually lead to like rich people getting even richer because of the advancement of technology. And the poor people would be even poorer because they won't have a chance to like they won't have the chance to they won't have the opportunity to like engage and experience with this kind of um, AIs and robots. That is all.
Great. Thank you.